Alright, everybody, and welcome back. It's France here. July 30th, 1502. And it looks like I'm just kind of looking around here. We basically have... Wait a second. 91,000 manpower, but our maximum is 85,000. So how do we have more than that? Oh, it's probably because the nobility hates us. Oh, I wonder if is that actually going to go down? They're going to update. Because we're getting a minus 7.5% maximum manpower. Or, not sure, that's just recovery rate. That's just recovery rate. That's not total manpower. Yeah, I don't know why we have more manpower. Maybe an event put us over the top. I don't know. I didn't know you could go over your maximum manpower. That might just be a little bit of a bug there. Okay, so I think one of the things that we wanted to do is Thomond is allied to England, which means, and only to England. But ironically, oh, they're guaranteeing the independence of this little guy here, but not the other way around. So if we tech into Thomond here, we don't even have a diplomat that's ready to test this out. But if we do, basically it's going to be Thomond in England versus us. So we basically just attacked England not too long ago. So we can attack England again by going in through his ally. Kind of a sneaky little thing that you can do to kind of to accelerate things with an enemy. We really do want to claim on this province. What's that going to cost us? 40? Okay, I think that's one of the things we were waiting on, right? We could definitely get our troops though. Right now it looks like we have 3 stacks of 18,000 that are drilling. It looks like they're actually getting some decent military drill. They're at 31% here. 26%, so on and so forth. That's not bad. I think, yeah, let's, we're not going to be doing anything down here. Let's get our troops up here. Let's prepare for the war. Where are our transports? Do we have transports? Oh, okay, they're over here. So we have 10 transports. We're not going to need more than 18,000 troops over here. We can double check that. We can go to the ledger. Looks like we're already looking at the armies tab, but we can go to Thomond here. And I'm going the wrong direction. In fact, they only have 3,000 troops. That's it. They're going to try to raise up to 8,000, but right now they only have 3,000 troops. So 18,000 here is definitely more than we need. If we look at England here, they have 1 fort left. This is their capital. There is a token. There's always a token fort in the capital, but as we can see, it's a level 1 garrison. It's a level 1 fort, so it's the weakest kind of fort. It literally is not a constructed fort. It's just because it's the capital. Here, we can see that there's actually a proper castle here. Although the maintenance is set to 0, which actually means they have it mothballed. They're not paying for the fort. So we could potentially sneak right in here and get it on the cheap. That could be really, really good. Let's check the rebellion issue. Okay, so we have a little bit of rebellion here in Tyrone. That actually, something could happen there, but I'm not too worried about it because, in fact, we could double check that. Let's click on this 70% over here. And let's hit, I don't know, will it actually tell us here? Won't tell us here, but if we hit back, we can go to this screen here, and it should tell us, yes, there will be 11,000 troops. I don't know, they added this recently. It recently is in the last year or two. I don't know why they decided that they were going to actually tell you exactly how large the rebellion was, but this, I don't believe this is an estimate. I do not believe this is an estimate. I believe this is actually the exact size that the rebellion will be when they fire. So that's kind of nice to have that information. So the 18,000 troops over here should be able to handle Thomond and the rebellion, no problem. No problem there. Now the other 6,000 troops that we do currently have are actually, we can click on him to go to there, over in North America, in the New World. And they're actually just searching for the 7 cities of gold. So that's really cool. I don't know if we've actually gotten any events to trigger from that yet, but they just started. So they'll keep looking around. They'll keep looking around. So yeah, the nobility, we decided they don't like us right now, but they should be trending upwards. Oh, you know, the other thing we need to check is let's go to the map mode for the coalition map mode, because isn't there a coalition against us right now? There is. There is. And we're working on getting people out of that, right? Look back on our own nation here. Okay, so it's pretty much everybody in this area here. Like Lubeck. Brunswick actually loves us. Are we working on Lubeck? That's what we need to do, is we need to work on Lubeck. Is Hamburg even in it? No, Hamburg is technically in it. We're kind of buttering up Castile. The funny thing is, Castile actually has a lot of land that we now need, right? We need a lot of this land. I was thinking about our missions. One of our missions is to conquer... And again, we can highlight over Picardy here. We can hover over the question mark, and it's highlighting this. We need this province to finish this mission. It's owned by Castile. Now we could hope that maybe, you know, because this is so detached from their actual nation down here, that maybe rebels are going to pop up. We can see that there is actually some unrest here. There is definitely unrest here. Wow, they actually decreased autonomy. Usually you don't see the AI do that. Huh. They actually decrease autonomy in these areas. So they increase the unrest rather than... Usually they do the opposite. Usually they try to lower unrest and increase autonomy. Interesting. Oh, so Castile's actually going to hold a good grip on this stuff, probably. We're going to have to... what we're going to have to do is... Eventually we're going to have to go to war with Castile. And that'll be a really good challenge. It's good knowing that they're here. Because, of course, it's Castile who has a personal union over Aragon and Naples. So they are quite the beast right now. In fact, collectively they're about as powerful as us, which is kind of nuts. Because we're pretty strong right now. So, but right now it looks like we're buttering them up a bit. I don't know if we need to do that. Let's pull the diplomat back. And we're also building a spy network in Scotland too. We also need to work on Scandinavia. Lots of stuff to do here, but you know what? I think let's get the troops like ready to go. So let's have them stop drilling. Because their morale, again, when they drill, their morale goes to 0. Their morale goes to 0 when they drill. Let's get them up here. How are we doing in the trade node? I'm kind of curious. 30%. Wow. So we have 30% power. By taking London, we have 30% power over this trade node. And this isn't even the trade node that we default collect in, right? We default collect in Champagne, not the English Channel. But we have enough of these bits and bobs over here that now we have pretty much a majority, I'd say. Can we click on this and see? Yeah, we have a definitive majority over the English Channel. There's a good chance that eventually we can actually change our... We can actually move our trade capital. We don't have enough diplomatic power to do this right now. But we can move our trade capital to the English Channel. That'll free up the trader that's over here. We can actually push trade from here to the English Channel and become even more rich than it already is, because there's about twice as much money in the English Channel as there is in Champagne. So it would be good to have this be our trade capital. And we're only going to get more and more power here as the autonomy decreases in Holland and in London. So right now the autonomy right here is 30%. So we're not even getting the full, you know, the full power of these provinces, of these centers of trade, because of the autonomy that we're experiencing here. Separatism still going away. Non-accepted culture, that's gonna be a bit tricky there. Okay, so we got those troops doing their thing. I guess we need to unpause the game. Let's just keep it at speed 3 while we kind of warm back up here. So we got this. So we need to get to 40 spy network with England so that we can take or claim Calais here. That's one of the things we're going to do before we go to war with Thomond. And we want to move these troops up so that they're on the mainland. I was going to say, is there actually a fort here? There is a fort here, but they actually do not have it garrisoned. Again, they're not paying for their forts right now. England is in a bad place right now. Let's leave 3,000 troops here. Should be enough. Let's get the other ones over here. Ready to move into England's capital, I guess. Question is, how many troops does England have right now? They just got done with a huge war with Scotland. They have 10,000 troops. Not much. And I think they're still way behind on military tech. Or no, it looks like they might be catching up. They might be catching up. What are we at? They're at 7. We're at 8. Okay, so we're ahead of them on tech, which is a big deal. But they're no longer way behind. Because there was a point when they were literally at tech 4 with everything. But they're definitely catching back up. Okay, let's give the military access to these warring nations here. I don't know who's fighting who, but let's give them military access so they can just beat each other up. Oh. Maybe I'm confused. I thought that was Genoa that was asking for military access. You know, the funny thing is, Savoy would be a really interesting nation to vassalize. But they won't do it because we own part of their land. Whoops. Whoops. Because Savoy has a lot of right to land, right? Because this is Savoy now. They're shrunk down here. They have a right to all this land. So if they were our vassal, we could leverage that diplomatically to get this all back on the cheap. Just like we took the land that we owned from England back on the cheap. Well, we didn't own it, but the stuff that was rightfully ours, we got that on the cheap. We could do the same with Savoy. We can still vassalize these guys, but it looks like we can't do it diplomatically. We'd have to do it aggressively. We'd have to go in and force them to be our vassal. Okay, so if we're looking here, now the only thing I'm kind of curious about is I'm not sure how England's navy's doing these days. Let's get the fleet over here just to kind of poke around. Okay, so this is talking about Nevers here. Bible's been translated. But we can kind of say, you know what, the heck with that, you know what I mean? Like, we'll let the church interpret it for us instead. But we're gonna hold true to the Catholic faith here. That event, I mean, that doesn't tie us down, right? That's just a little event that lets us it's just a little event that lets us convert one of our provinces to Protestant. I don't know, we haven't really decided whether we want to do that or not. Technically, we have the option to do so. We have the option to do so. What I will say is, it'd be kind of fun. The one thing that's kind of sketching me out here. Now, we are, of course, the Curie controller, which is awesome. The only thing that's sketching me out here is we do need to attack. We need these lands eventually, right? I guess we could just go around the Papal State, but it would be really nice. This is land that is technically part of, sort of part of France, I guess. We have a mission to eventually unite the home region, which includes Provence down here, the provinces that once belonged to Provence. So, you know, if we're going to already be warring the Pope, then we're not going to be really on, you know, we might be Catholic, but we're not going to be getting a lot of the benefits if we're not friendly with the Pope. Okay, We can get the claim here. So one of the ways that we always built claims was going in here and hitting fabricate claim, right? And this shows you a list of all the different provinces we could grab. And if we know this is Calais, we could just find a very home Calais. The other way you can do it, actually, I just recently learned this myself, is we can hit this here to fabricate claim. Booyah. Got the claim. It talks about the Costa Accord and all that stuff. That's just kind of extra information there. We don't really care about that too much. We might as well continue to build the spy network in England because we've seen benefits for having a spy network in England. We also see that the English troops are here. So one of our goals might be to just gun right for them. Let's get our stronger leader over here. Our second strongest leader. And get one of our weaker leaders to go and siege this. Our strongest leader will pursue... Oh wow, 50% flanking ability by the cavalry. Wow, very nice. Our strongest leader is going to pursue here. The only thing I'm wondering is maybe we move over the 3,000 troops that originally we stole from here. Maybe we keep these in this province here. Or with this group that's going to go hunting. But again, we are kind of doing, you know, this is kind of exploiting the AI a little bit, right? Like, the AI doesn't know that we can attack them. Because we're not attacking England. Because we have a truce with England, right? We have a big, huge truce with England. But we are going in through... We do, right? Yeah, France. That doesn't end for 7 more years, but we're going in through Thomond. In fact, here's the crazy thing. They have no one else as an alliance. We could actually... Can we call them as a co-belligerent? No, we cannot call them as a co-belligerent because there's a truce there. But we can still... They are going to join the war, but they won't be a co-belligerent. That's fine. None of our allies are going to join. That's fine because this is really out of the way, right? Castile doesn't care about what's going on way up here. No one else does either. We don't need their help. The nice thing about this, though, is it's actually going to tie up... it's going to tie us up so that our allies don't try to call us into any goofy wars. I'm noticing, though, that our economy is doing really, really well. The only thing I'm thinking now is... Age of Discovery. Okay, we have free war taxes. We need to remember to hit this button when we start the war. Age of Discovery is ending soon, though. We only got about 5 more years, 6 more years to do with that. Our economy is doing really, really, really well. I'm just kind of wondering, what can we build something? Can we build some more troops, maybe? We're not at our force limit. Okay, so we are actually really light on cannons, and we're making a lot of money, and we have a lot of manpower. So let's actually build cannons. Build 10 cannons. These are going to, like, radically increase our military's effectiveness by just being able to siege faster. Cannons help you siege faster, and as the game goes on and on and on, they start to do an incredible amount of damage. They really ramp up. Right now, they're going to be more about the sieging potential than the... So that's going to be a good amount of money here. Paying for all those, because I believe, what is it? It's almost a ducat per month per cannon, so they're very expensive, but we have a great economy. We have a great economy. Okay, looks good. I just wanted to check on that before we went to war. I love how these guys would actually be our ally. Sorry, not today, guys. Not today, guys. Yeah, we're on speed 3, so next day we're going to let the day tick once. We're going to move in. So here's something I actually almost goofed on. This is a 0 garrison. We either did this perfectly, they joined on December 1st, or we did this... I think we did it, we actually declared the war perfectly. Because it's going to take a full month for these garrisons to fill. So we should actually be able to get these with the first, like, we should be able to just instantly get them, which is actually insanely nuts. This is going to be an incredibly fast war. Now, just from playing the game, I do know that over in Desmond, of course, there's a crazy name here because we have, it's like trying to display it, I think, in French or something like that, but this is Desmond down here. And, the garrison here is also 0, so we're going to see if we can catch it down there, maybe. Nice. Oh, we're gonna catch this army here. Good, good, good. You know what? Actually, let's go nice and slow here. I wanna grab these troops while they're here. Okay, we are fighting there. And we are doing mighty well. We have more morale. A lot more morale. We finally have Elan. And we don't have as much discipline, which is a big deal. But they actually have higher military tactics. How? How do they have more military tactics? Oh, discipline, duh. Okay, discipline adds to military tactics. Okay, I don't know why I checked on that. Oh, our colony. We had an event where the colony grew by 100 people. Always a fantastic event. Always a fantastic event. So these are working on, you know, this is our first sort of touchstone in the New World, which is nice. Okay, we have a lot more ships. Let's get our ships. In fact, does England have any ships? No, they do not. Let's get our ships actually blockading over here. Just so that their ships don't run around and cause trouble. All of their troops, all of England's troops are already dead. Zero garrison. Why is this saying minus 57%? Should this be instant? Let's actually swing the ships down here for a quick second and see if we can get the siege bonus there. Here, we need to wait 1 day. Okay, let's get over here. But I think we also want to start doing some carpet sieging because we don't want them building troops if we can help it. Nice, we're going to squeeze in there just in time here too. We defeated the troops up there. Okay, let's get the carpet siege going. And just sort of making a bunch of small stacks here. Technically, we're going to be a little bit short here because of the damage that we took in that war. Okay, so we have all of this getting sieged down. And again, just sort of... Let's just build a bunch of... little groups here. Yeah, we only need 1,000 people here to siege this down, actually. But I think it's gonna... Ulm left the coalition against us. Good, good. Getting it, we can invest in a new technology. Well, we don't want to invest 2 years ahead of time, pay a big penalty. We do not want to do that. We don't have an institution penalty because the next institution has not originated yet. Colonialism. Wait a second. Colonialism. Check, check. Check, check, check. I think we are potentially able to spawn that institution, which would be fantastic. Be fantastic. Okay, so this saved by princess. So this is basically an event while they're searching for the cities of gold. This is something that's happened here, where our conquistadors have bumped into a native tribe. In this case, we could just spend a little bit of money, get some diplomatic power, and also make the Creek opinion of us a bit better, which I think is going to be good because I don't know, I can't remember if those events, if by making the natives happy, if they can kind of tell you secrets and lead you to the City of Gold. I can't remember exactly what all, because there is something at the end of the rainbow. There is something at the end of the rainbow. If you you know, continue onward, if your conquistador makes it the full journey. Just sort of doing some carpet sieging here because... Nice. Okay, we got that very quickly. Much quicker than it said we would, so I think it is indeed giving us... It gave... Even though it says like negative 49%, I think this should be instantaneous because there's no garrison here. People are leaving the coalition against us on their own. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Let's get Lüneburg nice and happy with us. I think they're still in the coalition, correct? Just want to look at their province. There we go. I find that this is the easiest way to see the relationships at a glance here. Just click on a province. They're in a coalition. Probably, if they're in a coalition, it's probably because of us, not because of some other AI. But sometimes the AI does really aggressive things, and coalitions can form. Mantua, I'm sorry, but like we don't need to ally you. I'm sorry. They were asking for a royal marriage, but usually that takes up a diplomatic relations slot, just like the alliance. So there's no reason to royal. Well, okay, sorry. There can be a reason to royal marry someone. Again, based on these disputed successions, right? Because sometimes a royal marriage can lead to a personal union. In this case, it's saying that, like, this is interesting. Because Denmark has no heir. If Denmark's leader dies right now, I don't even know what's going to happen, to be honest. I think if Denmark's leader dies, they could lose their personal unions over Sweden and Norway. A bunch of stuff could happen right now because they have no heir. Yeah. Let's get there. Nice, the siege is over. Looking good, looking good. Technically, we're suffering just a little bit of attrition. That's why these stacks are not 1,000, and that's why it's saying the sieges won't finish. That being said, though, I'm not... Like, we have a lot of manpower. It will recover. It will just kind of automatically recover. Let's just get them. We don't have to worry too much. Oh, actually, what we do have to worry, not really worry about, but consider, is these over here need to be sieged. These are England, too. And do we have that... claim? We don't have the claim on Meath. Okay, that was a mistake. Or Dublin. Hale, Meath, Dublin, whatever. Goes by many names. In this case, we can actually lose all that progress that we just made on the making them a little bit happier, the Creek. And we can just gain a little bit of prestige, though. Make them unhappy. Yeah, well, we want the prestige. Sorry, guys. We don't really care too much about their opinion of us. I mean, this is just some, you know, native group. So it's funny, right? Because the let's actually talk about that for a second, really quick. So there's natives in every single one of these provinces, right? These are like very small tribes, like very unorganized tribes. Like the Cree, though, or the Creek, are this is like a nation. This is like a large, powerful, relatively powerful. Like this civilization here, significantly more powerful than the groups of natives that just kind of hang out in these areas here. So this is actually a nation that you could play in the game. We could go to war with these guys, just like a traditional nation. So these are North American nations, and they actually have their own mechanics and things like that too. That sort of make playing these nations a little bit different. But for the most part, a lot of this is uncolonized land. It's just sort of like unclaimed, so to speak. It just sort of has like a few different people living there, but not like a larger, more established group like the Creek. In this case, the carpet sieging seems to be going well. In fact, this is going to turn out to be an incredibly fast war. Uh-oh. That could be kind of annoying. We could actually give this guy a leader, which would be kind of funny. A 4-3-2-1. Let's give him the 4-3-2. Yeah, we'll just take the admin. I don't mind. Wow, even just mono-y-mono combat. Absolutely wrecking him. Of course, we did give him a leader. It was 1,000 men. Oh, but it didn't. Interesting. Okay. We didn't stack wipe the group. There we go. Taken care of there. Alright guys, I think we need to take a pause here. Thank you so much everybody for watching another episode here. England, as we can see, it's nice. Everything is getting striped blue. There's a couple sieges left that we need. We need to siege England's capital and also Thomon's capital. And then from there, we're going to be good to go. And we can look towards doing something else. Castile is going to be on our horizon for sure. Papal State? I don't know. Do we need to go to war with the Papal State even eventually? It's going to be interesting. See you guys next time. Thanks again.